Hi everyone, welcome to my Capstone project presentation called Query Mind, a conversational AI for data processing to dashboards. I've been working on this project under 99P Labs at Honda Research Institute under the mentorship of Ryan Lingo and the leadership of Rajiv Chejar. Before diving in, I would like to acknowledge my fellow team members who contributed to the project, including Sakit, Anuj, Shrika, Manish, and Vineet. This is the agenda of the presentation. I'll be explaining you the introduction of the project, the proposed solution, the phases of which we created, next the system architecture which we designed, the tech stack and my contributions on this project, the challenges and the takeaways which we got from the project, and finally the future work which can be done with this project. So let's begin. Businesses today face significant challenges while dealing with complex and messy datasets. Our objective was to create something similar to Julius AI, an AI powered data science as a service platform that automates work typically done by a data scientist all by itself using AI agents. The main key problems which are identified is that manual data cleaning is extremely time consuming and error prone. Extracting meaningful insights from large datasets remains a major hurdle, and organizations often lack dedicated data science resources. So, in order to assist data scientists, we have proposed an idea where our solution is to create an end-to-end automation tool which streamlines from data pre-processing process to creating data visualizations using AI-powered workflows. Our focus was on working with publicly available datasets, including automobile records, sales data, supply chain metrics data, and customer insights data from sources like Kaggle and DataGov. These are the particular relevant datasets which were interested by Honda. Next, our solution involved a powerful tech stack where we explored and learned more about large language models from OpenAI, Grok inferences, which had multiple models for testing purposes, and also for local testing purposes. We downloaded models and ran locally on Olama. To talk about the frameworks which we used LangChain, LangGraph, Python, and for report generation purposes, we used ReportLab. Next, the entire application's UI was developed on Streamlit, and the entire package was deployed on Hugging Face spaces for easy usage for everyone. To talk about the ideation phase, initially we divided our project plan into three parts, which had a data pre-processing and cleaning part, which is done by an agent. Next, we wanted to design a chatbot which acts as a data assistant for technical and non-technical users to run complex queries and also model. Finally, we also wanted to implement an automatic dashboard generator, which creates automatic dashboards and also graphs based on users' queries, and also provides customization option for the user to create custom generated graphs, and those graphs can be added to the main dashboard. This was our initial idea. So based on our idea, we designed a system architecture. From the system design, you can see that we have 5 tabs. These tabs include an upload tab where the data is being uploaded and it shows you a preview of the dataset. Next, we have a tab for data cleaning, which performs major functionality such as standard data cleaning, which is done by the LLM. And also, based on user query, customizations can be done for data cleaning too, which is also assisted by the LLM. Next, we have the chatbot interface where users can query and run models, can run visualization, can ask for code generations from the datasets. Next, we have the dashboard tab, which also does two major functionalities, which creates an automatic dashboard and also creates custom visualization. All the major workflows are powered by a major LangGraph workflow, which acts as a core engine for our project. From the results which are generated from all the workflows, we have created a PDF report which shows you a final concise output. To talk about the main core engine, our core engine runs on LangGraph and LangChain, which is powered by OpenAI models, and also for testing purposes, we use Grok LLMs. The main design, the system design was based on a React agent. React stands for Response and Action Agent, where we had a start node which collects the user queries and pushes to the agent, which is properly prompt engineered with a set of instructions which acts as a data scientist, where the user queries get converted and pushed to the LLM, and the LLM decides whether to use particular tools which are given to it or to create a description based answer for it. So as you can see in the image, the LLM goes through a conditional edge which figures out what to use. If the query requires tools, it uses the tools which were given to the agent, which included a Python interpreter, which where we use Python REPL. And for the visualizations, we used Plotly library, and for Panda and for data cleaning, we used Pandas library. And to run machine learning models, we imported sklearn. This provided the LLM the required tools to run the user's query. So I'll be showing you the demo of the UI and our project. So as you can see, this is our project. We hosted it on Hugging Face. And now you can see this is the first tab where user enters API key, which can be either OpenAI's API key or a Grok API key from the user. So once an OpenAI or a Grok API key is entered, we have provided the user with the models which they can choose. We suggest using four models, which include GPT-4, GPT-4 Turbo, GPT-4 Mini, and GPT-3.5. For better results and for proper outputs, we prefer using GPT-4. So once the model is selected, you can see here the model and the API keys are set. And next, a set of instructions about the model and also how to get an API key is being displayed over here. Apart from this, you can see there is the upload tab and I have uploaded a dataset. So once the dataset is uploaded, you can see the preview of the dataset. This preview shows you a comprehensive view of what exact columns are there, how many null values are there, and a sample value of the dataset. This gives you a comprehensive idea of how the dataset is presented. Next, we have the data cleaning tab, the chat assistant tab, the auto generation tab, where you can generate automatic visualizations over here, and also have the custom plot generator. Next, and as part of our final, we have the PDF generator, which provides you a proper output of all the chat and everything which you have which user has queried on. So as seen in the demo, you can see the screenshots of already executed code. So the data preprocessing tab works where our data set is pushed. We run a set of instructions which runs on the data set and provides you a summary of what exact actions were taken. And here we also provide an LLM assisted option where user can query and can run their own custom prompts on it for cleaning purposes. Next, this is the output of the chat assistant where a technical or non-technical user can query. For example, if a user doesn't know what kind of analysis can be done in the dataset, they can query and ask the bot, and the bot gives you an exact analysis report which can be generated based on the dataset. Next, this is the automatic dashboard which gets generated based on the data. Here, we have given specific prompts where it reduces the cognitive load of the graph which is being generated and also generates proper insights for user to get from the graphs. So the user has the leverage to choose what kind of columns they want to select and what type of visualization they want. So once they select it, they can hit the custom generate button so that a new three graphs are being generated. And based on these graphs, these can be added to the main dashboard. Next, the final report generation tab gives you a proper report where you can see that based on the user's question, the model gives you the output. And also you can see that the chatbot actually runs machine learning models in it, which shows you a logistic regression model, which was run by the model. And the accuracy of the model was 80.3%, and also gives you the confusion matrix, the exact classification report. Apart from that, the user can query for visualization, which they require. So here you can see that the ROC curve graph is being displayed. Next, as part of the report, the dashboard which was being generated by the model also gets appended to the report. This gives you a final comprehensive view of the entire workflow. So to talk about my major contributions in this project, I was involved in creating the entire workflow and also designing the UI, where the workflow design was based on a directed acyclic graph design. Next, the main core engine's logic was developed by myself. I engineered it with LangGraph, and whereas I provided it an advanced state management system which used multi-tone memory so that the model had the previous context of questions which were asked. To make the model more efficient, I used prompt engineering techniques such as few-shot learning. And also to improve much more, I use chain of thought prompting, which were given to the model in such a way that if a user asks a particular question, the model has to respond in a particular way. Next, to evaluate the output of my code, I use different models where I used Grok's LLMs such as Google's Gemma 9B and also Meta's Llama 3.3. Apart from that, I also used a DeepSeek model, but I figured out that OpenAI's model, that is ChatGPT 4 and ChatGPT 4 Turbo, was able to generate much more better results on this, and the calls and the tokens used were also less on that. As the chatbot was able to run machine learning models, I had to integrate a proper pipeline which had which has the process of selecting which model is suitable for the output. And next, I also gave it hyperparameter tuning methods so that the output is being parameterized and it gives you a more concise and optimized output. Entire workflow was then deployed where I containerized it using Docker. And next, I pushed it to Hugging Face spaces so that everyone can use it from their user endpoint. To talk about the challenges which I faced, the first thing is that the model was running out of context. As this is a response action agent, the thing what happens is that once the output generated from the AI gets evaluated by the model, for a better output, the model keeps on running recursively and it basically runs out of context. So smaller models weren't able to generate proper output. Next, there were inconsistent outputs generated for the same prompt which were given again and again. Next, you in the report part where we had added the dashboard, there was an issue where we weren't able to exactly replicate the color of the dashboard which was shown in the UI and that is not shown uh, in the report part. So that was some of the major challenges which we faced. So, and to talk about the takeaways which we had, we understood that major prompt engineering techniques and giving concise prompt to the model generates much more quality of outputs. Next, the state management impacts the system scalability, as we had to save previous context memory for the model to generate much more better outputs. Next, automation, balancing the automation part was a hurdle which we faced, but later we found out that a proper LangChain main engine could was used and shared for all the tabs in order to work properly. Apart from that, we haven't trained a model with multiple testing data. Our main focus was to run on automobile data and also customer churn data. But once the model runs on different data set, it gets exposed to various new techniques which can be explored. So to talk about the future work, we can actually integrate new algorithms for smart feature engineering. Next, adaptive visualizations. The problem which we faced was black and white generation of the dashboard, which can be fixed in future using different Python libraries for PDF generation. And also we can integrate a user personalization tab where the user has a login, and once they log in, they have their old histories of the queries which they asked, and that can be shown. And for better performance and faster inference, we could deploy the model in AWS, GCP, or any cloud source provider so that it provides you much more faster insights and the application is easily scalable. Our project is being posted in Hugging Face, so the link of our project is being pasted here. You can try out and tell us your experience on how the project is. Thank you.